The grand final of the second monthly qualifier. It's for the title. It is Happy from the winner bracket versus 120 from the lower bracket. Happy is the reigning and defending champion. Can he reclaim the throne? Can he keep the throne? Or will 120 once again usurp him, as he did so often in Show Cup? I don't think he has to change much. I don't think he has to adjust much. I feel like Happy does. He moved towards a more Tet Fiend heavy playstyle, less Lich, less frenzy aggression, more the straight up fights, but it felt like 120 is better in these straight up fights. And we had some Banshees in the mix as well, brought to you by him. Happy also experimented with Abominations. They are really good mana potions later on in the game, but apart from that, they're pretty weak. Will we see Abominations once again? They got a 0% win rate in this tournament between the two. Amazonia and Terrana stand the bands concealed to kick things off when it was concealed as the final map in the winner bracket final. Now it's a starting map. And hopefully things don't go as sideways as they did yesterday. And there we go. First to 4 for 150 points and a couple of $1,000. Upper right hand side, the challenger 120 against the reigning king Happy. I could definitely see Happy winning all 4 qualifiers and the main event. But there's especially like 2 people challenge Happy, 2.5 maybe. 120, Lin, and to a degree Lawlight. Thank you Split Tango for the sub. Lin tried in March. Lin kicked him down to the lower bracket and defeated him in Zemo Team Cup. But here he was defeated by his teammate 120. Ooh, what? It's Happy with the Tet Fiends and 120 with the Ghouls. This is something nobody could have expected, I think. An old quote is, Happy got the micro, I got the strategies by 120. I think things have changed a little bit. Usually 120's playstyle is always Tet Fiends if you can. What makes him change that? That disaster in game 5 in the winner bracket? Happy knows now. Selling the town portal, that's a lot of pressure early on. Happy's trying to do something himself. His army will come online a lot later. Are we dancing again against the Ogre Lord? Shockwaves can be pretty nice against ghouls early on. So is Ensnare. Happy manipulating the creeps. So yeah, these ghouls are hurt a little bit and delayed. That was smart, buying more time. Nerup Tower is up as well. 120. 24 food. Not teching yet, but is teching now. Not diving into the base, rather go for the creeps. Take it away. Slow Happy down even further. It's a lot about coil timings now. Who does it better? Happy got it. That was huge. Coil wasted and damage taken. Item goes to 120 though. It's only a ring of protection. Now we got the fiends for some damage input. No ghouls have fallen yet. But did this work out the way 120 intended it to? Probably not. Very tricky 1-0. Second chance. Oh, this was sweet, but he gets caught and he has no TP anymore. This could have been a DK kill right away. Calculated loss, I guess, since it's only level 1. And that still means Happy doesn't get level 2 from the first 2 camps. He can, of course, move to another camp like this one. Circlet board. Very, very interesting early game. Happy was creeping simultaneously a lot. 1-0 is taking that out of his playbook. And the coil battle continues, but this is 2 ghouls and another steal for Happy. With another ghoul, he's level 2. Who needs to creep when you can just kill your opponent? But that's also level 2 right here. This is as close as it gets. But Happy is turning it around on 1-0. He's pressuring now. No rod anymore, though. Certainly an advantage for 1-0 being close to the shop. A little bit of a block. Fiend's operating from range. Another kill going Emperor's way. This feels like, now that we've seen 2 out of 3 battles for the creep spots, 2 of them went to Happy. All of this a little better. But the early game oftentimes goes to Happy. And then it's the late game where 1-0 really shines. Is that the case here too? Reversed rolls. This one goes to 1-0. DK not in the threat of being surrounded. That ghoul saved. Now in range of the narrow tower. Aiming for a surround. Trying to force a TP. Doesn't really work. The fiend damage is ramping up against ghouls. So you really don't want to engage right now with only a handful of ghouls. Stork Streams, thank you very much for the 8-month resub. I like this video game. We all do, man. We all do. Fiends around. Oh, is this the moment where it all turns? 1-0. Look at this, by the way. He got every single item. The ring from the bottom left, which he sold and traded for a circlet. Both of the turtles with the slippers and the mantle, and the gloves from his own. That will be a bit problematic. And this is of course a way fast attack for level 2. With that Naga, so much control. But Happy's Naga is arriving now as well. The Fiend loss was huge. But it's not that ghouls aren't falling. Fiend's just more expensive. Pishna, thank you for the 47-month resub. And another kill going 1-0's way. Him and the Naga. Greatest love story in Warcraft 3 2023. And Happy is taking a lot of damage here now. Waiting for the statues to arrive. Nighttime is almost over, so fountains, not really possible. Everything's hurt. He wants this ogre so bad. But how can he stay in this fight with the Fiend solo, with the DK solo? I don't think he can. 1-0 continues chasing, and as so often, the direct exchanges go to the Chinese. Oh, coil from downtown, the skeleton hit gets the kill. And that is a moment where Happy's arriving at tier 3, wants to build the Lich for more momentum. And that's blocked now for 30 seconds. Huge delay on the third hero. We don't have a coil to work with on 1-0's side, but it's also no town portal. Invo potion popped last second. Happy's in trouble. 4 or 5 minutes of straight up fighting, and in the end, 1-0 with the bigger kills, I'd say. And now red spot, statue, regen. A little bit of a peaceful time, at least if you're not a creep. Oh, was the replenishment potion cancelled? The Fiend shots have an ability that they always connect. Do they connect through an invul? Or was it just a tad too late to use that invul? Or he sold it for the invul potion? I would love to have a replay, but yeah, this is super quick decision making, super quick execution. Happy gets the rat spot. Claw plus 12, but once again, 1-0 taking a lot of experience. Big heal potion for Happy and 1-0 alike. The two consumables in the outskirts. But man, Happy's inventory is pretty poor still. Levels are getting there. 1-0, half a level ahead on the Naga thanks to that Naga kill. But Happy wants to stay competitive. Lasted through a coil, but that puts the Naga in jeopardy. Big heal potion is on her. And still on a handful of units. Nova hits hard, but it's only ghouls. We don't have frenzy. There's no real commitment to ghouls. Fiend numbers 5 versus 4. But one ghoul still in the mix. 1-0 pulling back a little bit. Waiting for that attack upgrade where he's definitely ahead. Staying in no upkeep for a little bit longer. Is this level ups? Almost. Fork Lightning on the Naga is very, very powerful. He wants to get that as soon as possible and then explode. There's not gonna be a Dark Ranger here. No silence. 1-0. Careful. In the meantime, though, Lich! Fork Lightning, Info Potion to save him. Still the DK in trouble. There's the Nova with the name on it. Sick transfer! Woo-hoo-hoo. This fight could tilt right there. Happy is losing Fiends. Almost also the Naga. This game on a knife's edge. 1-0 now, losing the first Fiend as well. And that DK healing is up now. What a weird fight this is. The attack upgrades are kicking in. Statue still on the ground. You can't use Burrow really, because there's a Watcher Ward. And Happy holds his ground. Everybody is bursting through the consumables. Everybody keeps the heroes alive. This is peak Warcraft right there. Such good control. On both sides. It feels like Happy stepped it up a notch compared to yesterday in the fights. Such an even fight this was. Both in a good spot. Attack upgrades kicking in though. That's the second one for 1-0. And Happy is in upkeep. Is it the same story as yesterday? Happy pushing for a bigger army faster, giving 1-0 that tiny bit more gold. These guys are so good. It's unbelievable. Usually Happy outmaneuvers everyone. Not 1-0. Row of the Magi, good damage. 1-0 now with that big lead on the Naga. That Fork Lightning level 2. Feels like you need a heal scroll against it. Happy with a bigger army. Has obviously more damage. Big steal. Just a town portal though. Yeah, and 1-0 realizes this. Heal scroll and Invo Potion. Happy no gold for the Invo Potion. He could have stolen both maybe. But we're emptying the map. XP should be more or less even with a small lead to 1-0. But Happy is unlocking level 2 Fork Lightning as well. Will the Lich get level 3? Okay. Level 2 Nova advantage. A-bomb on 1-0 side. Mind you, Happy tried to play that yesterday. And it failed horribly. Fiend down immediately, but on both sides, who can start the snowball faster? Just pressuring the DK, trying to get him out of the fight, and he does. The A-bomb again falling like a fly. To me, this feels like 120 is playing Happy's tactics to show Happy how it's done. This is the Ghoul opener that Happy usually plays. This is the A-bomb transition that Happy usually plays. And now they're both going to A-bombs. This game is as close as it gets after 15 minutes. As we continue brawling. Still no heal scroll. Item advantage 120. At least a little bit. But the burst damage is just crazy. Oh my god, Happy. You're in a little bit of trouble there. First Fiend is already down. Invo potion popped immediately. And another Fiend falling. This is like Turtle Rock all over again. Naga needs to stay alive. That's the heal scroll. What an impact this heal scroll has. And Happy. Both heroes so low in the back. Lich unwilling to die for it. Naga is back, but the DK is and can't really join the fight. Lich, is there a Nova? No, there was a little bit of healing. But this is still... The supply lead is growing. They're exchanging Fiends level 4. The DK could think about Death Pact maybe. The coil misses! That was big! A huge lead. 120 is taking the fight once again. It feels like it's just a matter of time. If not for a huge trick by Happy. Where's the rabbit? 2 attack upgrades on both sides. That's not the advantage. It's just execution. It's always the opener. Nova, Fork Lightning. Who gets more kills? And who starts the snowball better? And oftentimes it's 120. Statue taken out. No more consumable. No TP, no invul, no heal scroll, no death pack, nothing. Lures him into the undead base though. But a whooping 18 supply lead. Granted, not everything is in this army, but that goes for both players. And there's the Naga dead. No potion. GG! 120 starts the series hot. He's 4-0 on the final day of TP League April. What a beast. What a freaking beast. Makes the Ghoul opener work. And finally, a player who built an A-bomb gets a win on the board. That was pretty sick. The Naga lost in the beginning, guys. Gave 120 the edge, but then he also makes no mistakes in the fights. Everyone does this one mistake against Happy in the fight. Absolutely everyone. Except this guy. He's not crumbling. He's on there. And then after 5-6 minutes of fighting, even Happy misses a coil every now and then. 2 absolute giants. In their best of 5 winner bracket final, Happy was able to take Concealed Hill, so 120 conquering this now. Is that an indicator of who wins the entire series? It's a long series. It's a best of 7 series. With no advantages, by the way. So 1-0. And without further ado, we continue. Second map is Happy's losers map. Tide Hunters. HCRA, thank you for the prime. And we're switching things up. It's a Ted Fiend build on both sides. No more ghouls for 1-0. He played it ultra aggressive on Concealed Hill. Is that the case here too on a much smaller map? 1-0 in the yellow bottom right, Happy in the blue upper left. Needs to be said, no lich openings, just DK. I feel like Happy moves away from lich openings, maybe still on LR, the labyrinth way. But apart from that, it's DK all the way. It's just better. This time, no harass. Straightforward creeping. Oh, Happy about to steal. 1-0 knew it. And punishes it right away. Statement. Not allowing the Acolyte steal is one thing. Surrounding and killing the Acolyte right away is another thing. But Happy gets the return kill, so XP is evened out. But with that, 1-0 seems to be a little faster. Gets the next item. And Happy a little indecisive? Oh no, he was just raising a skeleton for the big consumable. Sweet steal by Happy. 1-0, a little too late to the party. And now things are even out again. Happy falls back with the first fiend. Another circlet board. Usually, when you have carry heroes like a Blade Master, like a Demon Hunter, the circlet, or an Archmage as well, circlet is really good. Introducing this for undead play is a new flavor. As we are brawling for the Murgle. Who gets the last hit? Happy does. Item as well. 1-0 diving deep, catching a few hits right there, but that's the same on 1-0 side. Happy's DK is in a little bit of trouble, but he got the Cloak of Shadows. And no dust on 1-0 side, so that's a save. But big damage on Big Demi. These little fights, it's about every tiny bit of XP. Every skeleton. And also damage done. If you have a low HP DK, you gotta be careful in the early mid-game stages. Nice steal. Right there. You gotta be careful in the mid-game stages because then it's obviously a Naga coming. Thank you, Andy1988, for the 25-month resub. And in that HP trading department, 1-0 is clearly ahead. You gotta respect the Wand of Mana stealing. That is, if I remember correctly, the Wand of Mana stealing is what kept 1-0 alive on Turtle Rock. So it's a super powerful item. It's almost a difference of 4 coils, if used correctly. Hide your car, thank you very much for the prime. Double mantle, triple mantle actually. So we got Naga second versus Lich second. This feels like it's more Happy's comfort zone. It is a slower build. It is a stronger Lich build, of course, but you make up for the lost burst damage via Naga. The downside of 1-0's build is always no Dark Ranger. But it seems like 120 doesn't care. He's valuing the damage more than the disable. And Happy gets the second big unique consumable. Wand of the Wind and Wand of Mana Stealing. Thank you, Eer0 for the 60-month resub, man. 5 years. Thanks for the cast. I have finally some time to watch Warcraft 3. Glad you enjoy it. Pendant for 120, helpful. Boots of Kel'Thuzad, not really helpful. Nobody has these extraordinary items. No mana potion, mana stone, stuff like that. Yeah, these are their builds. Who has the better one? This is a faster tier 3 momentum for Happy, who gets the first Invo potion as well. This all looks like it's a little bit better for Happy. As he also gets the second consumable. In the next fight, 120 has nothing to work with. No potion, no scroll, no stab, nothing. Doesn't have to stay this way. There's clearly a little bit of a difference in philosophies here. Happy going for the consumables. All 3 of them, and that's the big mana potion. On the flip side, the one big permanent item goes to 120, and we all know this could potentially be a pipe. This is very, very good levels, double level 3 on both sides. Dark Ranger ahead of the Lich, that's the nature of the build. It feels like Happy's creep route is better. The items are better, the levels are better. And in my opinion, he should really go for heal scrolls. That took a long time. Creeping this red spot only for a Hood of Cunning. Was not what he was hoping for. Lich solo leveling is always also part of 120's build, but he can't get level 2 up. Dark Ranger clearly ahead. And Happy now. Wow. Buys gloves and slippers for that DR. Getting caught though. He got a lot of items, but what he does not have is a town portal. Big straight up fight, Lich in the front, but Happy, like, with these items you cannot lose a fight. Thank you Buttcrumbs for another gifted sub. And 120 realizes this as well, trying to stay in upkeep for as long as possible, but Happy has no reason to break upkeep currently. Fighting into 120's base seems a little ill-advised. Getting upgrades, yeah, that's definitely an adjustment by Happy. To spend more time in no upkeep, save that gold, no, not pay taxes. And 120 will have one consumable. He made it to the shop. And again, 120 is investing into the heal scroll when Happy is not. Lich level 2. Big invul potion, helpful. But he's getting caught. 2 turtles still alive. Oh, he's buying the time. Nobody TP. Happy bought a flute. For that 7% damage boost. That is a momentum thing. He could have gone for an attack upgrade as well. Pretty much the same outcome. And it's 120 breaking upkeep. He gets the faster reinforcements. We're closer to his base. Burst damage on one side. Silence on the other. Skeletons on the other. Why not both? Also true. Upgrades even. Nobody is going for defend upgrades this game. Another interesting change, and after high noon on the bottom, we move away. Happy forced 1-0 into upkeep. Now is following. Who got the better army? Happy still holding on to 3 gigantic items. Triple invul. And now marketplace. But can you afford marketplace items when you're in upkeep? Not that sure. Calm before the storm. Is this Lich level 3? If it's only the Lich creeping... I don't think so. Oh, it is! Ooh! Hoo-hoo! Happy this felt like an oversight. All of a sudden the Nova levels are the same. The presence of mind by 1-0 to check this camp with the destroyer to see if there's still something left is incredible. But he's pushing into Happy's base. Altar is down. No hero can be rebought. Very, very early coil. Fork Lightning. That means he can't save the Fiend with it. The destroyer is falling in seconds. Both are bursting through their mana, but Happy has a lot more mana to work with. Plus the home turf advantage. Coil misses. Fork Lightning. Lich. Info Potion. Really, really close fight now. Who loses more Fiends more quickly? That coil has arrived. Of course, Happy has the huge advantage of the consumables, of the shop right next to him. This should be Happy's fight, but 1-0 is a freaking magician. Maybe there's a chance, but looking at the supply numbers, there absolutely is not. Still heal scrolls, still invo potions. Happy burned through the wand of mana stealing, but not the big potion yet. He does now, and that is 4 more coils for Happy. Dark Ranger in trouble. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Lich in trouble. Naga in trouble. Held together by the threads of invo potions. And that is an overcommitment if I ever saw one. Maybe 1-0 saw the consumable, thought, okay, there's no chance, I can't outmaneuver him on this map. Went for the push and says, go next. But that was very one-sided. This was the fight that Happy had to get. The creep route was better, gave him the adjustment, gave him the opportunity, gave him the advantages with so much more mana. And yeah, I think 1-0 just saw no way out. There was nothing to contest except maybe the shop. And he didn't want to go into a Banshee transition or anything. Happy ties it up. But that was his first losers map. Now we go onto a map that favors 1-0 the most, and that is Turtle Rock. Yeah, that felt like not necessarily throwing the game away or anything because he had no lead, but he saw no way out. All advantages stacked up for Happy, and then if you give Happy an opening like this, like he's not squandering it, never. It all started in the level 2 stages of the early game, when Happy got the Wand of Mana Stealing at the Magi at the Merchant. That was a huge lead where 1-0 could never really recover from. And we continue to map 3. And this is now a big one. Happy saw that he stands a chance if he does the right decisions. 1-0 now in blue, Happy in the yellow. And once more, you gotta make a decision with what to start ghouls or Tet Fiends. And DK it is. In the winner bracket, they both started with Tet Fiends, if I remember correctly. This is a different setup because it's now cross-spawn. Last time they were on the same lane, making the shop so much more valuable. And 1-0 gave Happy the shop, but crapped pretty much everything else in the meantime. I don't see 1-0 moving away from his build. That Naga second build. Previously between the two, it was all Happy with timings and liches and ghouls. Going for that destroyer push that 1-0 defended masterfully every single time. Then Happy made adjustments, moved away from the lich, moved away from lich first, from ghouls. And since then, things are a lot closer. So once more, you gotta make a choice here on Turtle Rock. Are you going for the consumables? Are you going for the permanent items? Are you going for a mix of both? So far, it's as even as it gets. It's also been pretty straightforward so far in terms of late game army composition. No banshees, no anti-magic shell. But Crumbs, thank you for gifting a sub to Back to Warcraft 2. Items on 1-0 side, a little more damage, a little more HP, a little more mana. But those are the things that can change very quickly. Especially on a map like this. Red spots are relatively easy to creep, as they hold healing for them, big items. Ooh, 1-0 is moving back to his base. And Happy is following. Turtle Rock should be full of turtles. There is more than 20 turtles on this map, right? Yeah, 24 turtles. Town portal sold by Happy. Happy is supply blocked currently. Needs to get rid of the Acolyte, otherwise he can't go for a second hero. Okay, this is how the dance begins. Contesting for a tiny camp such as this orange. Fun fact about Turtle Rock, the map is shaped like a turtle. That is correct. Second fun fact about Turtle Rock is a place in Irvine, California where Blizzard is located. Naga giving 1-0 the momentum. Ooh, that was close. Forced coil. He got 3 left. He was very conservative with his mana. But the Naga should... Oh, Happy got this one. Little sloppy. But yeah, Happy doesn't want to fight Giving 120 the shop. Plus the watch award. Talisman. Kinda nice for the Naga. Boots of Kel'Thalas for Happy. We saw how important agility is for him on the Dark Ranger. That will be the hero of choice once again. But red spot territory. Interesting how they leave the back of the turtle alone for the time being. Talisman, very nice. 120 is hurt though. He needs this healing. And he gets it. In the south, there's plenty of creep spots left for Happy. Now that the Lich is online, he's willing to go for it. Ring of Regen, kinda nice. And selling some items too. All the unnecessary ones. Happy will probably not be satisfied with what he found so far, but there's still 4 consumables, there's still 2 red spots, 3 red spots. And we're evening out hero levels as well. Lich on the way for 120, Dark Rangers out already. But it's not as big of a difference as it was on Tidehunters, I think. Happy getting the Helm of Valor. Only stat boosts, no auras. Good stat boost for the Dark Ranger again. Dark Ranger is gonna pack a punch. He got a Wand of Mana Stealing for 120 now. 2 consumables on his side after this turtle. Big mana. That's exactly the setup that Happy had on Tidehunters. And now it's the other way around. Very good drops. We got an Invo Potion on Happy. Did he just sell the big mana potion? Or did he use it on the DK? What? That is questionable. But alright. Oh, that is not the fight you're looking for. Or is it? Happy as the supply lead, thanks to that fiend kill, seems to be satisfied with that as well. Why would you sell a big mana potion? It's for a little bit of momentum. Statue is falling, that's kinda neat. 120 finds a better footing. What's he doing with the money of the big mana potion? Heal scrolls and invols maybe more important? We end up with even numbers once again. Attack upgrades soon to be in favor, or are in favor of 120. Happy catching up, but second attack upgrade already on the way. Fighting around the tavern is always a little weird because of these 2 chokes. And Happy found his ground. He's getting 3 kills in quick succession. One to Zero seems to have lost his rhythm a little bit. Just judging from the engagements. Happy of course has 2 more consumables on his side. 1 Wand of Mana Stealing was already used, if I see this correctly. And so far we don't see the burst damage of Nova and Fork Lightning. Lich has full mana, holding on to that Nova for a long time. Coil is ready, there we go. But 2 fiends, 3 fiends, so hurt, no heal scroll. Happy is taken over as it seems. Lich in trouble, there's no Invo Potion on him. And 120 with a super weak game 3. Everything's falling apart. Gigantic lead for Happy. That was noticeable on the bottom left already. That the fight wasn't set up properly after the big mana was sold. And it snowballs into this fight 3 minutes later. This is a gigantic lead. Usually if Happy has a lead like this, you can't take the map anymore. But maybe retreat, reset your mind. Now the mana was used eventually. Happy's consumable is a big heal potion. And the second last rat spot, but Happy knows 1-0's position, wants to force a town portal. Item, Root Bracers. RNG, this is clearly with the Chinese here. What? The DK gets surrounded! Forced into a town portal. I mean, he had to portal away anyway. But those are mistakes that usually don't happen. Happy firing from all cylinders. 10 supply lead. Upgrades caught up. One-2-0 needs a huge fight. He needs, I don't know, some kind of Nova Fork Lightning Snowball to get back into the series. But everything I see has hurt 1-2-0 Fiends. Home turf advantage. The supply gap is closing. Nobody has web really. Freedom for the Destros. Oh, 1-2-0, you're in trouble. No level 2 Nova hurts. He's not gonna have Nova for a long time. And again, the snowball starts. Arm was in the air, but unable to save that Fiend. It's just Happy dominance. At least for now. 1-0 once again needs one of these fights that leave me with an open mouth when I don't understand what's happening. But that doesn't seem to be one of these fights. He's staying alive. He's fighting a lot better than on Tidehunters. But this is not jaw-dropping yet. Upgrades again the same. Web is finished. Destroyer taken out easy. Important double level ups. And 1-0. This was supposed to be your game. This was your loser's choice. This was great consumables. Everything is hurt. He has resources. 450. Not rebuilding. Not going for any items. It feels like he has given up already. Still a lot of mana to use, but the coil cooldown is too much. Happy never lets go of advantages like this. Never. DK half a level ahead. Second hero half a level ahead. Third hero almost an entire level ahead. Yeah, it's gotta be one of these fights that he had yesterday on this map, but I don't see it. Not with the DK hurt like this, not with being under leveled, not without good consumables. Coil was in time. Seems like Happy in Mega Man fashion is learning to use the weapons of his opponents. The starts into the fight are so crucial and he always got the better one. And he's making it work with the typical combo of DK Lich Dark Ranger. 120 still sees a way out somehow. He's in no upkeep the entire time. He has more gold to work with. There's a small rubber band effect with that. But this requires tactical genius and flawless execution now. It feels like Happy's not losing anything. We're looking for a hero kill, but the coil is in time. There's still full mana Lich, and he gives it up. No way out. He can't get the opening. Happy closing all the doors. GG. Back-to-back wins for the defending champion. And those were the two first maps that 120 lost today. And the momentum is now clearly in Happy's side. It wasn't the Turtle Rock miracle that we experienced yesterday. No, no. Was that mana potion cell really necessary? And what went wrong at the beginning of the fight in the bottom left and around the tavern? Both of these fights, all for Happy, all in Happy's favor. Early nuke, early focus, early fiend kills, and no return for 120. Thank you, Nilaredo, for the 8-month resub. Let's go, 120! Well, we do go for Last Refuge next. I'm gonna refill my drink real quick, and I'll send you back, or we'll be right back in 2 minutes. We're back from the break. Without further ado, we didn't miss much. The game has started only 20 seconds ago. Maybe interesting to take a look at the map stats, everybody. The next map, or the first map, was concealed against 120. That's a 50-50 ratio between them. Third map, Turtle Rock, second map, Turtle Rock, is usually very, very heavy in 120's favor. And now we move on to Last Refuge, where it's a little bit in 120's favor, but not that much. Without further ado, everybody, let's go. The heroes have not been selected yet. Is this a Lich opener? No, it's not. It feels like the meta between the two is settling. Thank you, Bud Crumbs, for gifting us up to Angry Korean Mom. That's funny. Happy is playing better fights. He's getting there. Ted Fiends on both sides. It feels a lot less experimental, lot less variety than in the previous game. Way more Ted Fiends, and then they both have their build that they think is better. One playing with Naga, one playing with Dark Ranger. And while 120 had a good start into this, Happy found solutions. It feels like Happy got a better idea what's gonna be nuked and counters this better. This is such high level, by the way. You gotta respond to Fork Lightning and Nova. Both are instant skills. So yeah, unique like a sixth sense. And especially when two fiends are clumped up, what do you coil? So far we see 120 back in yellow, by the way. With the cloak and gloves, mantle for Happy. Cloak can be put to good use. We saw it on Tidehunters when Happy was basically surrounded. And was able to get out because of that item. Is there a loophole regarding 120's camera? Well, the loophole is he has to pay a fine. So he doesn't care about this. Creep routes pretty much identical at this point. But 120 a little faster. Moving towards the middle, where of course we're gonna expect the Naga. Is Happy following into Naga Mirror? Faster level 3, earlier at the tavern. It feels like he has to play an advantage with that Naga. Or it's the exact same play that he did in the winner bracket. That was huge. Happy can contest this or go for the market. That is clearly a lesson learned from the winner bracket. Or is it? He's gonna be creep checked with the Naga now! Happy thought it's an adjustment, but it's even worse maybe? Gets the item though, does he? Does he? Yes, he does. Scroll the beast. But oh boy, is his DK hurt. And he just sold the town portal. That's the DK gone. Is that the game gone? The army movement by Happy, clearly an adjustment, because in the winner bracket, he tried to defend his own camp. Here it didn't, but it backfired so hard. And that is a way to come back into the series. Uh-oh. 120 taking control. Yeah, sometimes you get an idea and it backfires, just like Concealed Hill backfired yesterday for 120. Away we go. The Lich is in trouble, catches a coil. Oh, potion swap. Needs it. Needs it. There we go. No Nova against this Lich is about to fall as well. This Naga has huge impact. No coil available. And that's another fiend. Holy moly! The revenge of the Necromancer. He's coming, but the wrath of the Necromancer, exactly. Jeez Louise. That's how a Naga has an impact in Undead Mirror. Oh, Happy's face. He's not amused. No. I'm very, very glad that we're not in the same room right now. Rat Spot 120. Catgus Pipe 120. This is frightening, but Lich is getting there with items at least, but he's been out-leveled on both heroes by almost an entire level. He was investing into a Tavern Revive. That's a problem. Ruined Braces as well. My god, these items for 120 are insane. The little break in between game 3 and game 4. Maybe 120 just stepped away, opened the window, some fresh air. Well, he's living in Shanghai, isn't he? Not that fresh, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's living on the outskirts. Expo. Okay, it's risky. But it's also somewhat conservative, I guess. He's close to where he wants to be. Dark Ranger only now. Yeah, needs to go Black Arrow. But 120, god. The orange camp, the red camp, another orange camp here. Now getting the second red camp. That's sick. Legion Doomhorn will be a sell. But for a heal scroll, for an invul. Ooh, he's on the way to the shop. Finds Happy here. No Nova. Lich too far away. Happy has no invul potion. He went to his lab. Got an Ankh. Might need that, to be honest. It's fascinating how nobody really changed anything compared to the builds. This is purely execution. Movement on the map, creep spots, and creeping. Level lead is gigantic for a mirror match. Alright, Happy needs a fight that he owns. He has no silence though. Dark Ranger is underleveled. We do have Nova up. We do have Fork Lightning level 2 up. Got an Invo Potion as well. Big Nova. Feels like a silence. 120 going for the DK. Maybe a little too much, but now damage is done. Heal scroll used by Happy. That was the only one. So from here on out, it should all be 120. But hold on. The DK is in trouble. Has to position, yeah, defensively. And he does. Lich catching a coil as well. That exposes more fiends. Happy is holding his ground for now. Naga carries an invul still. The fight by Happy is good. The fight execution is good, but it's just too much. Dark Ranger dead. Exchanged for Destro, is it? There's still mana. Okay, deliberately not saving it for more fiends. Oh, Naga kill all of a sudden, despite the invul. Don't tell me that 1-0 is not winning this fight. Don't tell me that Happy is coming back into this game. Town portal away for the shop for some time on the Dark Ranger. No way. He's making the impossible possible. No cell. Oh, 1-0. That was a gamble with the Expo. He could have just claimed more map control. And all of a sudden we got a game. This could be a gigantic throw. Happy has the 1-0 fights today. Not saying that Happy's in the lead now or anything. There's still absurd items. Katka's Pipe, Mana Stone, Rune Bracers, Invul Potions. But if there was a chance to make this game even, more or less, then it was this. But Happy is facing 5 3/3 heroes. It's still tough. It's still so tough for Happy to win this game. But he survived for longer than 1-0 wanted him to survive. And again we see flaws in 1-0's fighting. No TP. This is the fight. This will decide the game. Claws +9, that's quite fine. Uh-oh, you can't lose the Naga here. You need to own this fight. 1-0 on roller skates. Wants to reposition, wants to somehow get out, but is Happy just pressing him into submission? He wants this Naga so bad, but there's Rune Braces on her now. Good adjustment. Not all fiends attacking at the same time. Happy has no TP either. Double heal scroll. Big adjustment. Going for the Nova, but there is a heal scroll. 1-0 is losing a lot in a bit. And all his damage is ending up on the DK. Now switches the focus. That's level 4. Maybe for a mana shield. Naga is alive. Fork Lightning hitting, but the Naga, isn't she just dead? Coil arrives, needs to reposition, but Lich, both Lich is about to fall, as well as the Naga. Coil arrives, that's a save on both sides. Ooh, so much pressure for Happy, and for 1-0 by Happy. But there's an expansion on the back of this fight. If 1-0 survives, he wins this game. Smart adjustment now, pulling back a little bit, catches reinforcements. There's only reinforcements for Happy. No chance to reunite new units for 1-0 to this, and he's running out of consumables. And if there's no consumables, how do you save this Naga? Smart play by Happy. There's no way out. What a gigantic mistake this turns out to be. To walk into that spot without a town portal. You need to break free somehow. Happy still has an Ankh. He can stay here for a long time. The concave is 1,000,000 times better. 1-0 is fighting out of a choke into open battleground. Expo not fully saturated. He's bringing new reinforcements, but Happy is everywhere, sending in ghouls. Another attempt to fight out. He gets the reinforcements now. Lich! Oh my god, he just kills the Lich! That's the way to get out! Pure damage! Brute force! Even the stream is spiking! Oh my god! And now you don't have your damage dealer. Not only is the orb gone, come on stream, but also the robe of the Magi. This was so much damage. The one move that saves him the game. GG! 1-0 ties it up. 2-2 in the best of 7 series. What a grand final. This goes back and forth. And 1-0 is alive. Not without damage. That was crazy. The early mid-game Naga advantage on Northern Isle, on Last Refuge once again played almost to perfection, getting a hero kill, feeling so far ahead, and he was so far ahead, to go for an expansion late game. Happy punished that. Forced 1-0 to the turtle spot. Happy knew this, trapped him there, cut off reinforcements, and then there's a Lich kill. That changed everything. We're down to a best of 3, everybody. Whoever wins this map got match points. Northern Isles, how fitting. God, I thought I'm in the game. I wanted to click on the that stuff. Happy in the blue upper right hand side, 1-0 in the yellow bottom left hand side. Is there a change now? I think Happy knows. Without that mid-game, the game is a whole lot different. But Northern Isles is a lot about mid-game map control. And 1-2-0's strategy is enforcing mid-game map control. So I don't think for 1-2-0 there's a big reason to change anything. Both are going for Ted Fiends once again. And the dance begins again. Score is tied 2-2. It's not the last map, but an important one. What was banned? Terrana Stand and... I don't remember. AZ or Twisted, I think. Yeah, must be, right? Okay. Okay, Terrana Stand in Amazonia. That means Twisted is still in the cards. Thank you, Lucian. Town Portal sold on Happy's side. But 1-2-0 is again quite a lot faster. Circled for him. Perfect. He's an entire green camp ahead. That's odd. So far 1-0 a lot smoother. Takes out the Acolyte, little gift by the creeps. Repositions with the DK so he guarantees the kill. Lightning Shield can be used for creeping. Happy with the perfect drops with Circlet and Mantle. Catching up now. Accelerating. Both are. Watch Awards. Man, as lucky as 1-0 was on Last Refuge with his drops, this all goes to Happy now. Because the Null dispelled the skeleton. Oh, that's a huge mistake. Thank you, her CC? CZ? And now we see the Lightning Shield creep. Very, very, very fast. This will guarantee level 3 for both of them before tier 2 is finished. And we probably... I can't happy afford to not go Naga. Because then the both positions in the middle will probably go to 1-0. Both with ring +4. As there is so much hero focus, the ring might not even be that bad. It's a counter to the orb of corruption. Another question, is 1-0 getting tired? For him it's a lot later in the day. He already played 3 more maps than his opponent. Lich second. Ah. No Naga. 1-0 is bringing the change. Zocky McZock, thank you for the 2-year resub. Flute for Happy. Wait, did he? Big mana potion for 1-0. He stole the consumable away. Moving into Happy territory. There's still a town portal. This is odd now. Trying to surround doesn't necessarily work that well. Lich for 1-0 is not here. Still standing in the base. That could have been quite a bit problematic. Very nice find to steal that consumable away. This time apparently he's not selling it, but engages the marketplace. Huge moment in the game. Happy feels like he has the momentum. He got the healthier fiends, but the big mana potion is against him. Tier 3 around the corner. Happy gets it. Wand of the Wind. Gisan, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Yeah, a game like this definitely deserves the support. Ooh. Wow, uses the Nova. The DK is still up in the air. The circlets, they're saving the Lich for now. Can he reach? Can he reach? He does! Lich goes down and 1-0 is in a world of trouble. The Wand of the Wind, what an impactful item this was. Fiend has been saved. Disaster for 1-0 strikes again. He's trying to save whatever's left of this army. Uh-oh. The double surround opens it up. This could have been 6 supply dead right there. It's only 3. Coiling, fighting. Lich closes the surround again. Oh, if only the Lich would have been here. 6 seconds. He's trying to hold on, but there's a big mana potion now. He's coiling that Fiend. He stays in the fight. The Lich is back now. Happy is using a lot of damage. Eventually, Fiend goes down. The DK is trapped, and it's all for nothing. Mana potion for nothing. Lich kill for nothing. The Wand of the Wind was used, of course, as well, but both are leaving without the consumables. Happy gets the big consumable here, 1-0. No, he can't give this up, because that is another big mana potion, and this time it's in Happy's favor. Huge move! The Wand of the Wind at the tavern. No coil. Lich not moved away quickly enough, getting caught, getting nuked, getting killed. And Happy uses the momentum immediately to steal the consumable away and gets a Fiend as well. The momentum shifts in this series are crazy. It felt like 1-0 was in a good spot after the consumable steal at the Tuska upper right. Nessa, thank you for the sub. It's all spiraling out of control. Happy had some fights that make games look closer than they are. 1-0 yesterday had fights that looked out of this world. He needs these fights again, but he has to play without his big love. He has to play without the Naga, and I think in DK Lich Dark Ranger, Happy might be ahead again. In the execution. Ancient Django, wonderful item, second damage boosting aura for Happy though. Flute plus bongos. Lich on both sides looking really good. Both DKs a little bit exposed. What's left on the map? Not much, to be honest. We got all the important levels. Attack upgrade only on Happy's side, but finishing soon. Same for Web. Someone pushing into upkeep? Not really. Movement speed advantage for 1-0 for now. First time we go for our defend upgrades, as there is little or less burst damage in. More about physical damage, not about the Fog Lightning. This is a big fight. We got no Invo Potions here. Lich again. He got one Invo Potion. And the Destroyer falls immediately. Double level up. Important for Happy as the entire army was clumped up. Getting greeted by a Nova. Hard to retreat now against level 2 Unholy Aura. And this is the downfall of 1-0, isn't it? There's so many more coils. There's so much more damage. This is another total disaster. Happy's Avalanche hits 1-0 hard. There's no way out. There can't be. He got nothing to work with except the standard full mana Lich. And Happy didn't even use the big mana potion yet. One to zero, still fight. Happy's ahead in DK. Happy's ahead on the Dark Ranger. And there's another creep jack you can't run away from. Wouldn't be too surprised to see a tap out. 6 silence. Perfect moment. Can't use the coil. And that is lights out as 2 heroes fall. GG. Happy takes the 3rd map and now is on match points to defend his championship. One more map for DK. And that map could be twisted. 1-0 with a good opener. I am surprised that he didn't go for the Naga. Isn't Northern Isles more or less the perfect game for the Naga? Wasn't his. Unwilling to go for it. And now we got Twisted left. And one more that kind of slips my mind. Echo Owls. Twisted Meadows and Echo Owls. I wouldn't mind see this go all the way. But Happy is just straight up better today. Double Prime, thank you for the Prime. Go 1-0. Yeah, 1-0 needs your energy. That's for sure. No counter to the Wand of the Wind. And then it was Happy's game from there despite the big mana potion. 1-0. Going into Happy's base, was that the right call? Probably not. Happy was ready for it. There was no Lich reinforcement. And now Twisted. It's another 50-50 map between the two. We have starting positions not at the Mercs, but at the Merchants. Thank you, Yakman, for the 500 bits. Pork Warcraft games. Indeed, Pork Warcraft games. What's left in the cards? 1-0 with his back against the wall. He can't lose another map. Then the tournament is over. And Happy wins both March and April. And I really think 1-0 has to step up his game. The little break in between game 3 and 4 felt like it really helped him. I wonder if he could reset his mind once again. Twisted Meadows, big map, a lot of options strategically for both of the players. Do you want to be aggressive? Do you want to evasion creep? They're both moving towards the green. And then compete for the middle. Acolyte was about to steal, didn't work. Dr. Clip, thank you for the 13-month resub. Okay, no happy steals in this series so far. Both end up on 1.5. Maybe Happy killed the 1-0 Acolyte already. That gives him a little bit of an adjustment. Or skeletons, whatever. Both should still be able to go to level 2. 1-0 is taking lots of damage on his DK. To be able to keep the skeletons up. There's Purge, it's a tricky camp. That's a big HP difference right off the bat. Troublesome. There we go. Circlet and Cloak. That's a bigger camp for 1-0. 2.3. But Happy did take less damage. Moving back. Expect some aggression right away. New Rod of Necromancy. Both needed. It's a calm opener. Nobody is rushing forward. Nobody's trying to steal big camps. As there is so much experience on the map, there's less value in stealing camps away. Can always catch up. Tier 2 is finishing. 120 is not at the tavern. Are we going Lich again? Ooh, is that a fiend in transit? It is a Naga. He had an acolyte there, but Happy is right around the corner, getting baited a little bit by that fiend. There is a town portal. Naga moves to the side. Oh, there's no control at the moment for Happy in this fight. No Nova, nothing. Kalatze, thank you for the 40-month resub. Where's Remo? He's on vacation in Vienna. And 120 dodges a little bullet here. Not forced into a TP. That could have been worse. And it's again the Naga versus Lich decision. 120 has to create an advantage now. Subby mask, very nice. Naga well equipped. No town portal on Happy. So what are the creep routes? There are so many options. Wait a minute. Tier 2 Expo? Okay. We compete for the shop. Possibly an aura, possibly another Sobi mask. Happy gets it. Devotion aura, very good in these fiend fights. Oh, Happy. One fiend not in the control group, maybe? If 120 knew. Gets a surround here. Careful. Call Nova. Not the damage threshold. Needs to go to the shop. Needs a potion. Otherwise, the next nuke is gonna erase her. And erase 120 from the tournament as well. Both DK hurt. Statue advantage for 120. Home turf advantage for 120. Trying to bait a Nova to open up that fight. There's no Fork Lightning yet. Two big items for Happy. But there's an expansion coming for 120. Across the map of Happy. And he's not smelling this just yet. Can 120 keep Happy busy? There's no skeletons roaming at the moment. Fork Lightning is available, so is Frost Arrow, of course. 120 trying to fight without the Lich here. When the Dark Ranger is already on the field, that's problematic. Naga being caught once again, no consumables. But as the aura is pretty much the same level and the Lich doesn't want to spend too much mana currently, he escapes. And that was distraction, necessary distraction. Happy keeps himself busy. He has a lot of scouting tools to work with in a bit. DK is moving back for the orb. Takes a long time. 120 must be weaker currently. Dark Ranger online. Lich only coming out now, waiting for the orb. And you don't want to fight right now, do you? This is Red Spot Happy. SNS, thank you for the 500 bits. I'm late, but Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Hell yeah, you're late. Lich is not part of that. He's as late as you are. Goes to 120, I think. Did he steal the item? No, that went to Happy. Katka's Gem of Health. Pretty good. Against all that spell damage. I think Happy got it, right? As the DK wasn't glowing up. Now the Lich is here. But only level 1. Naga only level 2. This is not the moment 120 wants to take a big fight. He just wants to buy more time. And in that he succeeds. Fiend in trouble. 120 can TP out if he wants to. There's a lot more Nova where that one came from. DK in trouble. Town portals out. Genius. Genius by 120. To buy time for exactly this. A fully saturated second base that Happy has no idea about. Happy has more XP. Happy has better items. But that's about it. Happy has an idea that this is happening. He's scouting for an expansion. But this is like 2 to 3 minutes late. Red spot. Another town portal. He can afford it now, obviously. Orb of Darkness. Well, that's an item you don't want to find. Needs an evasive maneuver. DK. Not being caught. Happy is probably wondering, like, why were you fighting that early when you were at a disadvantage? But now Happy's really close. Did the expo pay off just yet? When we look at the supply, clearly did. But you still need fight execution. Fork lightning hitting. Nova, not just yet. Pretty conservative here, but the Fiend advantage alone should give this fight to 120 and make this a full-out best of 7. Heavy is fighting. 6 silence, but doesn't hit the DK. Coil connects again. Destroyer falling. 120 squandering his supply lead for now. And there's still 2 consumables for Happy. This ain't over yet. Happy is closing in on the level 3 Lich. He's pushing 120 back. He must know that there is an expo now. 120 can never have such an army just in a straight up game. But 120 is pretty much naked. No invo potions, no heal scrolls, no heal potions. If a hero falls, this can all turn sideways. But 120 is luring him to the north, away from the second base. Coils are ready. DK is a level ahead for more movement speed. And he's playing that movement speed advantage so well. But what about mana? That's a problem now. No more coils for 120 for the time being. It's only about damage. Moving back to an invul. Oh, that is a super fortified expo. 120 has 650 gold. Lich was at the shop? DK was at the shop. Okay, heal scroll invul. And Happy is again taking a sidestep to the mercenary camp and is not pressure. He doesn't know about the second base, does he? Last hit for 120. Item on the ground. Happy picked it up, didn't he? Oh, it was... Wait, what was it? Okay, big heal potion for 120. Super helpful. A 10 supply lead. Attack upgrades in favor of Happy. Mana in favor of Happy. As I said, this ain't over yet. Not if the player names are happy on 120. Everything can happen at any given point. And 2 fiends about to drop here. It's 500 gold for 120. Feels like he gotta spend a little more, but it's so stressful. Lich in trouble, being nuked. The other one saved by the coil as well. Invo potion transferred. Can Happy force 120 back? The DK seems a little blocked, but Fiends are falling now rather quickly. The concave is kinda even. And Happy is still alive. But the big losses were the consumables for both of them. And 120 takes a step back, goes to the shop once again. Should be going to the shop once again. Yeah, and restocks on heal scrolls. And he continues fighting. He can afford so many losses now. This is not enough. Happy needs the level 2 Lich, level 2 Nova on a level 3 Lich desperately to trade better. But that's not happening. There we go. Level 4. Movement speed advantage is gone. 120 can't kite anymore without taking losses. The gold advantage must be huge by now. If 120 gains some time, replenishes the mana, and takes a straight up fight, then it's his game. And Happy is... He's expecting a second base somewhere, but he has no idea where it is. Unthankful item for 120. Oh, Happy with the Fiend in the base. We get an A-bomb. So far, they've been very underwhelming. Ooh, that's 10 supply right here. Gotta react quick. Happy couldn't get a read on that second base. He was close. He was almost also in a position to at least pressure the Expo. But he didn't go for it. Total blind spot, exactly. Chat is calling it. One to zero as a town portal, 4 consumables. And yeah, you don't want to fight in that base. No, 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 no. Levels are even. There is no clear indicator that there's an expo except army size. There's no second crypt, double banshee temple. But yeah, with a game knowledge like Happy, he must know, but very rare to see that there's not 5 skeletons on the map roaming to figure that out, especially on a big map like this. Double heal scroll, mana potion, heal potion, invul potions. In every measurable metric, the next fight goes to 120. But this is Happy we're talking about. High upkeep now. The fighting army isn't that much bigger for 120. Because of course you have to subtract 5 acolytes and maybe, I don't know, no additional ghoul. But the consumables alone. 3 heal scrolls. Is a meat wagon worth it to spread disease cloud? You can't disease cloud undead. They're immune. Another acolyte. Okay. Third base apparently. Yeah, why not? It's a stalemate here. 1-0's advantage is just growing. Slowly, because he's in high upkeep, but it's growing. First fiend down. A-bomb safe to the side on both sides. The start of the fight, once again, a little better for Happy. DK feels like he's trying to reach the back, but it's blocked by his own units. But the lack of more heal scrolls will really hurt Happy. And yeah, third base. That's what you do with all your gold. Again, I feel like A-bombs truly underwhelming. I really love A-bombs later in the game when there is Dark Ritual, because they serve as such brilliant mana potions. The value on them is insane. But not now. 1-0 moves back. Happy is scouting with ghouls, but he's scouting in the north. Again, blind spot. Is it time now? Is the setup finally coming together? It's 12 fiends. It's not that easy to set them up. 6 silence by Happy prevents the coil. Good timing. Where are the fork lightnings? Where are the novas? So far, it feels like only 1-0 is losing things. He's trying to retreat. That A-bomb saved by the bell. And the main bases are empty. Happy is out of income. Everything he's losing now, he's probably losing forever. And 1-0 is at double income soon. The war of attrition, it must go to 1-0. It needs a big botch, Happy does, to win this fight. But the armies are still even. Don't be fooled. If Happy takes a successive victory here, that might still be his game, but the chances are very, very low. 1 heal scroll gone, 2 more to go. Oh, 1-0, be careful with that. DK catches a cold, but there should be a town portal out, and there is. Decimating Happy's army down to 66, and he can't rebuild. Brothers and sisters, if Happy wins this game, by sheer power of will, that's gonna be sick. We get close to level 3 DK. DK didn't to level 3 coil. DK did not get a heal potion. That might be a mistake. There's still invulns he can swap. Worst case, he goes Death Pact. And now Happy knows that there is an expansion for a long time. The supply lead is massive. 1-0 is back at 50. The only way is hero focus. Very, very easy to figure this out, but that hero focus goes both ways. If the town portal has been used for lightning, then this is... it must be 1-0's game. The goal is here, alright. But once again, he has no idea about this one. The second base here is not saturated. If this would be any other undead, I would agree with you, chat. Then I would say it's over. But I'm not hearing a fat lady sing. Thank you, Dale, for the 9-month resub. We are inches away from a final game 7. But Happy is not allowing that yet. Income is pretty much even now. That base never paid off. But 120 wants to hold it here. This is a fake choke. It only looks like a choke, but a fake high ground, I mean. It's not a real high ground. Two heal scrolls versus 0. The concave is odd though. Once again, it feels like 120 needs 2 to 3 seconds to set up this fight properly. Usually that's not allowed, but with a position like this, should be his. Naga safe with an invo potion. Can't be coiled though. Needs some healing. Hero focused on both sides. Damage is obviously massive. Can he connect to the Naga without reaching the Lich? Doesn't feel like it. Naga is saved. Is a decrease in damage, of course, but it feels like 120 is just cleaning this up now. He has to. Naga is safe once again. Is healed once again. Would love to see the rune braces on her, as she is really the fragile part of this army. Concave is closing once again. Destroyer being caught. Happy is really doing everything he possibly can, but this is the downfall of the Lich, most likely trying to force him into an invo potion. There we go. And the Dark Ranger, there's no coil for her. That's the third hero done. That's the aura gone as well. The devotion aura. Everything is so hurt. That Lich, these fiends in the north, that's a feast for the Lich. Boom, there we go. 2 more down. And there's still a mana potion on 120. Like, Happy is not agreeing with us yet, but now this game is over. Even with perfect micro, it's impossible. Hero's being nuked once again. Naga finds himself in a little bit of a mosh pit. Survives for now, or does she? Oh, the Ring of Region transfer. So sick, actually. Oh, what a glorious save. Burrow everywhere. So no solution against that. And Naga is close to level 5 now. And she's healthy enough again. GG. Tricky play by 120. As always, this comes down to the final map. It always does between the two. It would have been a little bit of a disappointment if we're not getting Game 7. But Twisted Meadows never disappoints. A big map, an open map, and 120 played this to the fullest. And forces Game 7. What a back and forth. We're moving on to Echo Isles. The last map of TP League April. What a glorious tournament this was. The return of the Necromancer to competitive. Immediately going to the Grand Final. And immediately threatening the reigning king to an all-out series. Thank you, Leo Silva, for the 1513 sub. And there's no break. No break whatsoever. Echo Isles, Happy's pick, the decision. Happy earned the right to have map choice on map 7 by winning 2 maps in a row earlier. To shift the momentum back again. And this is a very unique map as well. Rush distance between the two bases was pretty sick. Pretty close. This can be exploited, of course. Two of the 3 best players in the world right here. Only Lin is able to compete with them. We got 120 on the left-hand side in the blue. Trying to dethrone Happy. And is a little bit broken record here. But man, is shop control important. We've seen the amount of invo potions and heal scrolls in the past 6 maps. So whenever you get a little bit of an advantage, you should make damn sure that you get the invul potions. Usually Happy is the king in that segment. Nobody comes close. What's the point of scouting? Well, there's a lot of different build orders that we've seen. We've seen Ghoul openings with the DK, we've seen Lich openings, we've seen Tet Fiend openings. You don't want to be surprised by a build in Game 7 of a Grand Final. Also, you can distract, you can use the Acolyte to force the attention of the DK and the skeletons, slow creeping down, get a second of advantage here. Maybe if you're cheeky, steal a camp, steal a creep. It's way too important. To not scout. There's no real advantage in not scouting. Also, you see what kind of item your opponent is getting. Can he play a little bit more aggressive with a coil? Is he getting lucky with the circlet? All of this can make an early game. Happy sold the TP, 120 did not. Acolyte was killed eventually, but by the creeps. Happy still got vision. Claws, circlet, mantle for 120. That's a pretty good inventory, I'd say. Acolyte goes down. It was a almost even mirror match up until now, but Happy is moving across. That's a weird move, to say the least. Aiming for some acolytes? Really? Okay, this is working. Tier 2 is around the corner. Or is this working? Yes, it is. Tier 2 is around the corner, so no cancel tech or anything, but this is delaying gold income, and this will probably delay the second hero, but Happy gave up a lot of creeping for this. Also an item for this. Not sure if it's worth it if he only gets one acolyte. DK is around, can coil now. Home turf advantage, ice tower advantage. But yeah, this is a lot of gold. The first time we see this move. 120 was prepared for this yesterday, when instead of the second Ziggurat, he built a second Necropolis to be able to produce acolytes faster. Today we haven't seen it yet, but this must have happened between the two in previous tournaments or ladder or whatever. But this half a level that 120 is ahead. Happy ahead in tech now, plus he moves back to the merchant, gets the item, big mana potion. How many big mana potions have we seen today? Every single map, it feels. And we have a Lich Mirror. Wait. According to the overlay, 120 is only mining... Ah, with 4 out of 5, I thought he started tech without rebuilding, but he did. Was probably just creating the slaughterhouse or a ziggurat or something. Big lead for 120 thanks to the skeletons he got and the better creeping he did. He can play with a level 2 coil now. DK by Happy is very hurt. Lich advantage is gonna be evened out in a second. Happy is taking a lot of hits here. Is poison, that is basically AoE damage over time, as everything was hit and hurt. And the claw. Double claw mantle circlet. This Lich should be overwhelming. If 1-0 can force the mana potion here, it's a huge win for the late game. Plus he can pressure the DK with Nova, take the camp away. Happy uses the Nova right here. That means the Fiends are safe for the time being. Last hit on the Murloc goes to 1-0. And now what's the play? Just move away from this, huh? Full control by 1-0 for now. Happy is getting closer to level 3, but he's not there yet. This is weird now with the trappers. Who bribed them more? Nuke, and again, last hit to 1-0. More delay on the level 2 coil, falling back now with the third Fiend to go for the shop. Dark Ranger timing by Happy is faster. Trying to compete. Oh, 1-0 supply blocked. The Ziggurat is only finishing in seconds. Happy doesn't know about this, of course. Now. Okay, we got Black Arrow for Happy, we got Silence on 1-0. Still no level. This Lich is... he's a giant. Oh, again, the last hit. 1-0 is getting so much off of this map. And he got the Invul Potion. And he is satisfied with that. What he did not do is force the Mana Potion just yet. And... Happy brought the orb already, so that's a lead for the Russian there. Is it time to reconquer? To reset the experience lead? 1-0 was blasting through a little bit of his mana. But half a level on both DK and Lich. Happy knows he has some catching up to do. Got a Claw +9. That's massive. No town portal for him. Faster reinforcements for 1-0. Orb is online now as well. And both range heroes got so much damage for 1-0. He's down in supply though. Destroyer upgrade coming now. Trying to prod and poke. Could play Frost Aura now too. Can 1-0 take some Fiends? Illusions used. Not to the greatest effect. Happy. About to lose a Fiend. There we go. Nice silence. 1-0 is not in his Naga comfort zone. But he got silence when Happy does not. Still makes him move far back. Who had the better idea in the early game? Lots of experience. The illusion is actually soaking up a lot of damage, creating some space for the reinforcements for 1-0 to trickle in. So now that the fight is reset, another Coil 4 still has the big mana potion here. Oh, no silence against the nuke. Another Fiend is falling. 1-0 though. That Coil long range, nicely done. Happy trying to block with the statue, but only for the cost of it. The second statue. All that redo is just gone. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. What now? Falling back. Invul Potion was not used. No regen currently. Can he steal that Invul? He does. How do you play with this advantage now? 1-0. Nova for Happy. Still no level 2 Lich. Still no silence. He's down in all regards. Happy facing only a silver medal. One 2-0 builds an Acolyte, and we know what this means. He tried it on LR to play an expansion when he thought he has a big lead. He still has a big lead, but Happy is catching up to a degree. Got Frost Armor now. Still no silence though. Huge concave. Great damage. Another Fiend falling. Happy will never be able to catch up. Never. In experience. He shouldn't be. Another Fiend falling. He can't stop these nukes. Coil is ready for now. A destroyer is falling. That's finally silence. What a game changer. But is it too little, too late? The DK is hurt, almost dead. Lich is not level 3, not even close. And 120 is building an expansion. Happy is under so much pressure now. More chip damage. DK can't heal himself. The big mana potion is gone. Is that a coil force? Absolutely is. More time. 120's expansion at 1/4. This will be so hard to stop. With the position that he's in. Happy is trying to create an advantage with army. And I'm not sure if that's working. Attack upgrades are the same. Inventory is poor. Heal scroll mana potion. Sense of desperation. He knows he has to fight out of this chokehold right here, right now. All the damage is thrown onto that one fiend. Coil is ready though. Who takes the better fight? Mana potion popped. Destroyer falling. That means no dispel for the time being against the silence. 120 is dropping a little low on the DK. Also, no town portal for him. Needs another coil on that lich. Maybe it's just enough time bought. Maybe that's what he needs. He wants that level 3 Nova though. Level 2 Nova. Level 3 lich, that is. He's inches away. One more Nova might guarantee it for the defense. That is inevitable. Nuke on the Lich assures another kill. That's level 2 Nova. That's the biggest advantage that you can have in a fight like this if you have mana, and mana is plentiful. So is the damage. Look at the right clicks of Dark Ranger at Lich. It's a whole new level. Happy falling apart, and the expo didn't even pay off just yet. Is he just pressuring him into submission right here, right now? Happy had 2 match points. He lost it on Twisted due to an expansion. It's minimal additional income. 120 needs to mind of that expansion. He takes the Renegade Wizard away. And gets the parry up. Close to level 3 Dark Ranger. That expo still didn't pay off. But 120's lead is already gigantic. Happy finally gets a moment to breathe. There was no calm moment in this game since Happy decided to step into 120's base and haunt these acolytes. Since then, there's been nothing but brawl. Happy still has a small chance to take away the acolytes. He got an invul potion. 2 of them. Clear scenario now. If 120 holds, it's his game. If Happy breaks this, he still has a chance. I don't know how, but it's Happy. Onto the DK. Very far forward! Town portal immediately! The simplest solution sometimes is the best. And that is a hold. And that is that second base. And that will be saturated soon. But again, only 1 acolyte. The advantage is minimal. For now. Oh, Happy not looking satisfied with this game at all. It's only 2 additional acolytes. 120 was in upkeep a lot longer than Happy was. And he's catching up in levels to a degree. Finally level 2 Black Arrow. Finally level 2 Nova. Finally close to level 2 Unholy Aura. Maybe there is one more push. We've seen 1-0 botching fight openings today. More than once. Especially the one on Turtle Rock comes to mind. If that happens again, and Happy snowballs from there, there's still a chance, but it's gonna be real rough. Heel scroll, invul. Happy is making the right moves. Granted, the only moves that are left. Still only 2 acolytes. So is this a liability? And here we go. Is that home turf advantage enough? 1-0 can work with the shop, with that tower, and with focus on the DK. Again, same situation. Invo potion on the DK saves him for 7 seconds, but now floodgates seem open. Only a 3 supply lead here. Destroyers falling quickly. Happy micros like a madman, but it seems like it's not enough. Lich under fire. Another coil force that opens up the fiends, I guess. But the supply gap is not existent anymore. Sick coil, sick multitasking. 400 APM, of course, all of them are necessary right now. 1-0 is not moving an inch back, and here's the focus fire! Oh, that Lich hits like a truck, but it's not enough for the kill just yet. Lich getting nuked, Invo potion for him, another save, GG! That push didn't work, 1-0 wins TP League April, usurping the throne from Happy in a glorious best of 7. Incredible. Incredible strategic games between them. Execution, of course, we don't have to mention that. They're both on the tippity top level. They're almost perfect. But how they played each other strategically. Happy moving away from his ghoul openings. Not a single Lich was seen. 1-0 adopting more Dark Rangers. Also expansions. And the timings here on Echo Isles made all the difference. Happy wanted to be aggressive very early on. Lost a lot of time because of that. 1-0 was ahead in levels since minute 3.5 of this game. Never moved it, never gave it away. Didn't crumble under the pressure. And then the revenge of the Necromancer, everybody. Pummeling Happy across the entire map. Stealing camp after camp after camp. He never allowed the level 3 DK to come online. He stole what, 5 to 6 camps? With the Coil Nova advantage that he had. And defended 2 match points. Against the man who usually gets better the longer the series goes and under more pressure he is. Muted Song, thank you for the sub. This was awesome Warcraft. The best final we could possibly hope for. I think when it only comes down to like fight execution, the winner bracket final was even a little bit better, but this series had more strategical depth to it. And was just an incredible, incredible series. Great games indeed. Absolutely. And a good sign for the rest of the scene once again. Happy's mortal. Happy can lose. Especially against 1-2-0. What a comeback for him, isn't it? No tournament games really between early February and now. And this is his big return. And he just wins. It's not that he wasn't playing or anything, obviously, but he came prepared. And goddamn, what a bracket for 1-2-0. Defeating Lawliot, defeating Lin, losing 3-2 to Happy, but super close, eliminating Moon, and then eliminating Happy. That's a bracket path for champions. Incredible. And in May, Happy will return to TP League as the challenger. Everybody will want revenge on 120. The Lawlights, the Lins, the Happy. The target is on his back now. And that was pretty damn sick. So, who won the predictions? Who had the best prediction? Congrats to Geheimtipp, who got 22 points out of 30, I think. Disproved by Hell. Very, very close second. That prediction game was a lot of fun. So, the bracket prediction, the winning bracket prediction by Geheimtipp. Everything correctly up until like day 3 of the playoffs or something. That's insane. He predicted day 1 correctly, day 2 correctly, day 3 correctly. Oh, no, that was one incorrect. But yeah. We all had high hopes for Lin, but 120 ruined that, and then Colorful ruined that. And the wrong winner at the end. This could have been even better, I guess. Second place to Disproved by Hell, who also had a very good prediction. But come on, predicting Moon over Happy? That's bold. He got the right winner though in the end, I think. But yeah. What a nice tournament this was. TP League is peak competitive Warcraft. Thanks to TH, Infi, Fly, War3 Station, all the admins, everybody is involved with production for putting this together for 2 seasons this year. This is only a qualifier. It feels like it's a monthly world championship or something, but this is only the qualifier. Did the Liquipedia people update this already? I can show the point ranking. Let's refresh. Maybe I have to purge the page. We'll see about that. Then we got an overview of the point ranking as well. Because I think only the top 8 qualify for the main event. Well, we got this. It's not entirely updated, but most of it is. As we have Happy on top with 250 points. 120 second place. He gets 150 for the win. Immediate second place. Lin third. Colorful Moon, Labyrinth, Fortitude. There is some catching up to do for some prominent names in the scene. Lawlight. All the humans. Foggy, TH, Infi, Fly. Labyrinth gotta make sure he reaches the top 8 once again. Fortitude. May and June will be hot, everybody. May and June will be pretty damn hot. All right. That's it for this part of the stream. We actually have a little bit of a break from Asian Warcraft, as the next tournament is WSB, and that is Africa TV exclusive. So some time to rest, I guess. We're not done for the day though, because we got a little bit of a sponsored stream. So I would be very, very happy if you guys join me in around 10 to 15 minutes. I will take a little break, and then we have a sponsored stream for Hero Wars. Hero Wars is a game that we will be checking out together. We've done similar streams before, and that was quite fun with you guys. So yeah, I think in around 15 minutes we'll be doing that. And of course, the more people are watching, the more people are clicking on the link that is provided already in the chat with ! Hero Wars, the better it is for the project. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to support us at backtowarcraft.com/support. There's a link to the Twitch subs, the merchandise that we got, the Patreon, and of course the YouTube membership that you can acquire. So every single bit helps the project a lot, just like the sponsored streams that we're doing. So I need a little bit of a break, set stuff up, etc., and then we're back with some variety gaming. Be right back, everybody, in round about 15 minutes. Just have to... let's make it... Yeah, all right. So round about 15 minutes. We'll be right back.